Have you heard any touching story? Do you love sad or happy ends? In this video, I will let you know what to read if you love reading. This is a novel of romance by Alexander Dumas, which is called Camille, the Lady of the Camellias. It makes me to compare with reality facts. It is interesting to me since it is a romance and novel that explain the real world we live in. It is about a very touching story. This story takes place in Paris, France, in the year 1947, in March, in the day 12, in a street called Rue d'Antin, where is located a house and people is selling furniture. And interesting things are also being selling. The narrator of this story got a book in that house. This book carries Armand, who talked about his history, his eternal platonic love. However, he could be loved by her and be her love for some months. Armand met a courtesan girl called Marguerite. She was very pretty. She loved camellias, a kind of flowers, but she was really sick of the chest, but will cause her to pass away then. She was a kept woman. She was kept by a duke and a pretendant called Comte. Armand is poor and she loves parties and money. She has an unhealthy life. Despite of Marguerite's contempt, he got an opportunity to be her lover. With the whims of Marguerite, she started to love him. She forgave him the jealous, even a time that he was leaving her by jealous as well. Marguerite had a friend called Florence who advised Armand just because she knew Marguerite's habit and her pride. And because of she knew what had happened with other lovers she had had. After all, Marguerite learned how it is felt when someone loves in reality. She is a prostitute for others and not a lady that has a heart. They lived happy, having their relationship in public around 6 months, and Marguerite didn't care about Comte's and Duke's help just to live with Armand. Armand's father didn't agree with it. Up to a day, he got the opportunity to separate them. Marguerite came back with the Duke and the Comte, and Armand started a relationship just to make Marguerite feel jealous. Marguerite was every time unhealthier because of what Armand made her, and also because of she had come back to Paris to an unhealthy life again. Up to a day that she left Paris, she was living in England, waited for Armand news, but he never went. She was every day writing a diary to Armand saying how the day was going on, up to die. And Armand received the diary in a letter where she said that his father is that one who has separated them. And now, what interesting aspects can we find in this story? First of all, greed, prostitution, or necessary. In the chapter number 3, we can find that people are speculating about Marguerite as a prostitute. What I think is that she is not a prostitute. Another point of view is that she had never felt the love of someone. Because of she was sick, anybody wanted to have a relationship with her. This is what I think. Now, for the same reason, Marguerite was really in love with Armand? Probably yes. This is another topic on the other hand, the love in this story. In the chapter number 7, a man mentioned that Marguerite was in love with a man, and that man was Armand Duval. And from the chapter 17 and so on, there is shown the enormous love they have lived when they were together. They were living together in that house. And yes, it shows that Marguerite was deeply in love with Armand. They went out, they eat out, and they have done so many things. They have lived the best 6 months in a relationship. Now, in the third point, we have the selfish. In the chapter number 20, we can find that Armand's father was most interested in the proud of family just because of one member of the family has a prostitute as a girlfriend. This is really selfish. This is like my father. He says that it doesn't matter if a woman is 40 years old, just matter if she had never been deeply with someone else. This is a woman to be with. In the chapter 25, mentioned that Armand's father convinced Marguerite that it's better being separate than together. And also because of the daughter was going to get married with a family that it is most interested in the proud as a family. And now, hate or obsession. In the chapter 24, it shows that Armand started a persecution against Marguerite for what she has made them, supposedly. But Armand was really hating her or just was obsessed with her. When you want to be with someone, it is love. When you don't want to be with someone, it is not love, but hate is to feel something stronger than an obsession. Here we have another topic, that is the treason. When Marguerite was interested in Armand, went to see his father. Armand's father had talked with Marguerite, causing they to break up. And finally, the story ends in heartbreak. In the chapter 25, she is dying, and we can find that she is really suffering in her agony. She really misses Armand, and Armand is not there. Chapter 5 shows the suffering of Armand also, because of he is in an eternal suffering, because of he was trying to see again the body of Marguerite, even died. The author's intention is to write what many women probably suffer in silence, and the enormous love that a man or a woman can give when they are in love. That's everything. Thanks for watching.